Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Hold on, let me turn it on.
We are breaking up.
The whole intro is just, it's not even anybody saying full sentences.
Exactly.
It's just onomatopoeias.
That's
it's
it.
just like, just like boom, but we up. It's a Bobby McFerrin.
That's it. Wake up.
It's just like boom, clap the sound of my heart.
That's
the
it.
beat goes on and on and on and on.
And that's how we start the day around here. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, you better believe. I'm going to send this over and share. All right.
Perfect. Welcome to the show. It is much needed because I fell off the wagon last week. There was something I
All the H.
I ran into a wall. I had way too much Prosecco partying on Wednesday.
Oh, Prosecco. Okay. Falling off the wagon was drinking. For me, it's, you know what? Never mind.
Oh.
It's too early.
Anywho, I then had like massive migraines. I like very much paid the price for it. My body was like, "Oh, ma'am, you don't do that anymore. We can't handle these things."
Oh no, heavens no.
No. So we missed the show on Thursday. I tried to muster on Friday. Poor Marty Brumell. I was supposed to have him on from the chamber. It didn't happen. I was like, sorry, buddy.
We gotta go, buddy.
This week is canceled. I just wasn't able to get it done. But I was like, oh, I'm really excited to have Dan Lyon on with me this morning. Dan and Stephanie, yeah, I know. If you're like looking at that going, what? It's Dan Lyon. And AJ. So we've got a little bit of comedy and a little bit of horror as we're getting into the scary months.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Well, you know what? I am a fan-ish of horror when I say this. I will enjoy it a little bit, and then I'm like, ugh, no, it gives me bad dreams. No. But I do like a good mystery.
Yes. Definitely got a lot of thriller aspects to the book.
Speak of the microphone.
I know. If you want to take the pink thing off, you can.
Okay,
if that's going to make you feel a little bit more
lose the pink,
comfortable.
We'll
Okay.
loosen the pink off. Them off.
Jesus.
We can take that off. I'll clean it up later.
Dude, I like
Dan,
how
it's
these
good.
look like little poof balls from the Lorax and just pull up.
So Dan is here with us. You're Cape Codder, yes?
I am. Yep. Grew up in the mills.
Oh, I love it. A good Millbilly story. This is fabulous. Went to Four Seas a little bit, but ultimately you were like, I'm going to be a writer. I'm going to do this. Your mom was actually a horror writer. Is that what got you into the genre?
It was definitely. I mean, I grew up around a lot of it, and she was writing books all throughout my childhood. And so it was really just a matter of time before I got into it myself. And the reason the first book I did was a slasher is because that was like my mom recently passed, and that was one of our pastimes together was watching old slasher movies, a lot of 80s, a lot of 70s.
I know this is a sad moment for you, but also I love that this is the moment with your mom. So,
Yeah.
When I think of my mom, I think of slasher films.
Yeah.
Because she
good.
was brutally, horribly murdered. And
Oh my God, AJ, stop.
just blood splatter and just like, I just felt like Dexter.
The story took a dark turn.
And these books just helped me find the killer.
I should never have given you 2 espresso this morning.
You gave me 2 shots.
Yeah, I thought
What's done is done.
It was really good coffee you made us. So thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. Not only do I double as a barista, but I am also the #1 DJ on Cape Cod. Thank you very much. The best ofs.
Oh yeah, congratulations for winning that.
Right?
It was like best person ever or something like that.
Person of the year.
Yeah, person of the year. That's awesome. You definitely deserve it.
It was really weird.
minus the tweets, but other than that, really, really great stuff. It says free Andrew Tate. I'm like, who's that?
What's up, Ricky B? Hello, Lauren, Cindy, Josh. Hi, welcome. Good morning. I've got Dan, I've got AJ, and we are definitely over caffeinated and ready to talk about all things horror slasher.
Hi, Ricky B.
Dan, so you just like got some accolades for this book. It's not like you're just here magically. Like you're an award winner also. This is an award-winning table, everyone. AJ,
Yeah,
we're still
minus
waiting
me.
for you. We're
Minus
still waiting
me.
for you.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know,
Family Guy never won an Emmy either. But The Simpsons did over here.
That's amazing.
yeah, I it's already gotten like a lot of positive review. Anytime you put something out there that you've created, you know, there's a lot of nervousness. A lot
Oh
of
my
anxiety.
gosh.
You want it to, you know, you want people to like it, and so you know, it's obviously been very gratifying to, you know, already get such positive feedback from it.
And #1 in horror on Barnes & Noble right now.
That's amazing. And you can purchase it right now.
You
We can
can,
drop the
yeah.
link. No, we'll definitely get some copies of that. So talk to me about writing this book. How long did it take you? Was it
so
like,
y-
did you have a clear vision or you're like kind of went along?
So what I started with was I was actually a server when I got the idea for the book. I was working at a restaurant in Yarmouth, and yeah, it was
Name names.
it was tourist season, and you know, crappy tips left and right, and it was just one of those days.
What
And-
color were the people? Just go. Were they my color?
Mostly French Canadian. But,
Oh, that makes sense.
Always the worst.
Go back, frogs.
oh my god.
You're getting canceled on a Monday.
But yeah, no,
Excited.
I was driving home that day with my wife, and I was like, you know, what if there was a slasher movie about somebody picking off Cape Cod tourists? And I was
That's awesome.
and then I was like, no,
We don't hate this. We don't hate this. They're gone now. We can talk about them.
Yeah. Wonder how they're gone.
They're gone. How they're gone, we don't
Safe
know.
space.
This is a safe space here. This is the uncancel zone. And that even goes for crimes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that was the general premise. And then I took a couple years just developing that. And so yeah, it was about 2 to 3 years I was working on it.
Seriously, that long, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's my first book too, so it's a lot of learning how to make a book in the first place, because you have to break it down into little goals, because if you look at it as one big mammoth project, it's just going to be too overwhelming.
Mhm.
And so it's just kind of like building a house brick by brick. You're just
Good. That's a good explanation.
Yeah.
I always ask authors because I'm just absolutely fascinated. I have ADD and I will never finish anything. So I'm always so fascinated by people.
Does it sound
My-
like one of my lovers?
my
Never
work-
finished.
My work here is never done. I don't know what I'm doing. Good morning, Tivy and Erin. Thanks for joining us. We are talking to Dan Lyon, who just put out The Crimson Cape. So are some of your characters in your book real people?
so definitely amalgamations of people I've met throughout my life and friends and family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So not one specific person, but kind of a bunch of people glommed together.
I'm going to play devil's advocate on it. The first guy that gets murdered, he sounds a lot like me. In the
Oh,
book.
wow.
It said olive skin, long hair, and a bandana. It says thinks he's funny.
How did you two connect?
First grade, I think.
Yeah, I've known him practically since I was a fetus.
Oh.
I mean,
It's a womb
That's
story,
why
everybody.
he's so miserable. I mean, look at Josh Adams.
That's what Lauren said, right, Josh?
yeah, AJ actually came out with the bandana on.
I believe that. Oh my gosh. So Dan, talk to us a little bit more about like your inspo for this book besides hating tourists and getting bad tips.
Dude, that's amazing.
Right.
That is an amazing inspiration to a book.
The best revenge is literary.
Now I'm mad that they all got sold out at your first book signing.
Right? No, we could have a sticker for the next round. A sticker for the next round of books that come out. Yes, please.
I had to like put one aside for Maxie because they were like selling so fast. It was just like I hid under the table.
That's exciting though. I mean, not everybody has that kind of support when they put out their first book. They really have to like work for it.
Oh yeah, I've been very lucky. You know, just like I said, the reaction like already so far has been great.
Well, let's be honest. Everybody loves a good mystery. Everyone loves that horror genre right now, especially for podcasts, for media. People just love feeling like they're part of the story.
Yeah, horror is definitely having a moment right now. We're in a really good age. Literary, movies, TV. There's just so much good stuff happening right now.
Sidebar, my daughter was at ScreamCon over the weekend.
Nice.
And crowd surfing too.
Such a proud mother moment when you see her, crowd surfing to Ink. I'm like, oh, well then, that looks fun. Super safe, right? No, and then she's like, she called my husband. She knows she's not to call me on these things because I will freak out. So she's like, a little bit of a snafu when I landed and my shoe broke off. So the security guard duct taped my shoe together. So I had one. I was like,
what kind of shoe was it? A Yeezy?
Bargain basement Yeezy prices, everybody. Bargain basement. What's up, Jimmy? Hi, Lori.
Like I it's just like I had to unfollow Kanye recently. I was just like, I love his political views, but his music, not for me.
Oh, either one of them are terrible. I'm still there for the moment, just a popcorn moment. What's happening? What's gonna go off next? What's gonna set him off?
Sometimes I hear things. I'm like, is he okay? Like somebody needs to check on this guy.
And they do. The problem is people keep checking on him, and now that's what he uses to propel him to the next crazy.
You can't make someone take their insulin. You just
is that what it is? Chronically low sugar. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Too funny. Today is National Working Parents Day. Shout out to all of our working parents. I know I sent mine with cheese and crackers to school and said, get a ride home. Good luck.
Don't worry. When Trump becomes president next year, he's going to turn this holiday into beat your kids' day.
Honestly, maybe that's why I took the day off. I just couldn't between that whole debacle that was on television. Did we all watch the same thing? I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I mean, Nestor was supposed to go on with him, but he got sick from a dog he ate. That's so mean. Shout out to Nestor Matoot.
The internet has been ablaze with cooking animals. Not a great thing. Like, think about it. If we go back and forward in time and they look back and they're like, what happened? Why did this happen?
Dude, this is why I like Donald Trump. He has the exact same amount of evidence as I do when I make ridiculous claims.
Well, why? Like, the internet just sweeps it all up. It's I don't know, termites, I guess, until the tree is gone, and then the tree is gone, and they move on to the next thing that they have to termite.
Hey, listen, I got a brainworm too, just like RFK Jr. They're eating our dogs.
At least it's not the Jim Muir crap, because I just can't.
Because another friend of mine, comedian Drew Dunn, I just watched an RFK Jr. speech. I just want him to just do one of those. I want to see what happens.
And yet the Kennedy signs continue to pop up everywhere.
Yeah, that they do, even though he suspended his campaign and he's backing Donald Trump right now.
I've got my mail-in ballot. I think I'm going to just use that this year after the troubles that I had at the voting poll last time.
That's my plan, honestly. It's going to be utter madness.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't want to deal with
I'm really all set with pickets and riots and people having rallies and all of the groupings of people for one certain human. I find it very weird. Does anybody else?
Oh,
like
yeah.
When you're trying to cross the bridge and you've got all these people in the rotary and you're like, please, I'm having a hard time navigating the rotary to begin with.
I love how some are on the wrong side protesting and then they realize 2 minutes into it, like, oh wait, is this the Kamala Waltz one? Oh no, that's the other side, brother. Oh, my bad. Like, they're so peaceful with each other, but then when they're up close, but when they're on the other side, they're like, kill.
I don't like it at all.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. It is great. So, see, late night hosts, they have to turn away from making fun of celebrities because they're humanized now.
Oh.
So they have to go after politicians.
Well, I mean, we have November is very close. So it's good. We're going to feel every ounce of the time. Don't get me wrong, from now until then. And a lot of there's plenty of time.
Please, Donald
so
Trump.
much more crazy.
Please have a second debate. Dude, like you could have whoever you want. You could have Hannity. You could dig up Tucker. like whoever you want, and comma blah,
Oh
just
my
get
God.
there and do
He's
it.
like, he's going around saying that he actually won, and it's like somebody getting their ass kicked, and you can just see the damage on their face. Oh no,
it's
you
just like when,
oh, no,
when
I
you
just-
and I met in first grade, you kicked my ass, but I still told everybody that I won. Like, AJ, your arm's broken. I was like, yeah, but you should see the other guy. Like, he looks fine.
Right. He
I
doesn't
mean,
have a
damn, he's-
bandana. He doesn't have this bandana. If
Dad
I-
is eating an ice cream. He looks fine.
Oh my God. I'm glad we've got Joe Trant now. We've got a wrestler on our side.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Mix.
Dude, Varsity Joe, baby.
Joe Varsity.
I
I
absolutely
love watching his matches. He's so good.
Is he?
Dude, like his comedic timing in the ring is fantastic.
But Joe, I haven't seen you, and it's been a long time since I've seen you in there.
He's working with Knockabout to have a wrestling show there.
Yes.
And
I've been hearing.
I told him
about
I'd do
this.
color commentary for him.
That is something you definitely need to do. I think most people would pay for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Knockabout, you've got a show coming up.
That I do. We have Joe Fenty, TikTok famous Joe Fenty. Before he was TikTok famous, was actually a hilarious comedian. So he'll be there Wednesday at 8 p.m. along with the legend, the Cape Cod legend, Jim Roberti, who's been performing on Cape Cod for 30 years. And he even did plays with my late uncle, which are some of my favorite plays ever. And Jim Roberti, the legend, and we might have a couple drop-ins too.
I love that you're doing shows this time of year. It's like everybody comes out of hibernation. We can finally take left turns.
Yep.
I was at
All the French Canadians are gone.
they're gone.
Yep.
I was
We
at
don't know how, but they're gone.
Ask Dan, the Crimson Cape.
People are disappearing. I don't
Super weird. Hello, Emily from the Big E. You enjoy your day today. A big long fair. Fried dough. It's my favorite thing. Fair food. Yours?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Corn dogs and fried dough.
Just I don't wear a belt when I go.
Anything fried and on a stick is good by me.
Pretty much. Yes, we are truly fair people. Enjoy that. Enjoy it. Keep the baby clean though, please.
And the cats and dogs are going to be served
my God.
next year under Comma Blah's rule.
It's near,
Let's remember that.
it's near Springfield. It's just a different one.
And don't worry, the boys' bathrooms will have tampons thanks to Tampon Tim.
Oh. We are so lucky to have Dan and AJ here today. No, seriously, I needed this for a Monday to get going. I just had one of those days where I was like, I don't want to go. I can't. I suffered the thing that you guys will never relate to is wearing shoes that are brand new and having no skin on my feet. I was scheduled to do a walkathon on Saturday, and I had to bow out of that because I couldn't walk.
So your Yeezys didn't work out.
No, apparently my daughter and I both had feet issues this
the
weekend.
Yeezys were the Hamas edition. not pro Palestine, pro Hamas.
I literally
just skipping over a level.
no skin on the feet, can't walk. Sorry. And I tried everything: bandages, band-aids, double stockings, bigger shoes. I
Double
can't.
stockings, nice.
Right? No, it's just not cute. This is the time of
Well,
year.
well, did you have some of your new tequila seltzer, Viva? Congratulations on your new brand.
Thank you very much. They knew a winner, so they sent me those. Although the boxes
She's a winner. Great guy.
the boxes were pretty banged up, so it looks like they were in the back of the warehouse. They're like, just send her those.
Just
Send her the broken boxed ones. We can't do anything with those anyway.
and happy birthday to Nestor Matute. Can't forget him.
Happy birthday, Nestor. I ran into another one of your comedians, and I had the most awkward interaction.
It was Houghton, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually, it was. It was like Sunday, and I was in a rush to like grab a bunch of stuff, and it was like before Pickle Palooza. Don't ask.
Is that pickleball or actual pickles?
No, pickle. We had a big pickle fest
Ah,
at the farmers market.
I had a pickle fest too in P-Town, but go on.
That is a different kind of pickle fest. Thank you very much. Good morning, Miss
The
Bethany.
lesser known pickle fest.
Oh, Tina said it's the fried whoopie pie. A fried whoopie pie? I don't know if we need that.
It's not
Sounds
about need.
magical.
It's about want. And yes, it does sound magical, Dan.
Fabulous. So I was in a rush. I was picking up a couple of things for Pickle Palooza, and then all of a sudden I look behind me and it's Houghton. And then he's like, it was just awkward. It was so awkward. And I didn't know what to do because he was like trying to talk to me, but not trying to talk to me. And then trying to like, oh, what do you looks like you're having a fun party. Like when you're trying not to notice what's in somebody's shopping cart. But like he clearly was dad shopping. He was like very much, this is for my wife. This is for the baby. I'm getting these comfort items.
This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
It was so awkward. I feel bad. Sorry, Houghton. It was just weird.
Well, like he's still in dad mode right now. And as much as we like to rip on him to his face, it's. I think I would do the same.
Did anybody else ever have an awkward interaction with somebody that you know from your life, but you're at the grocery store and you're like, mind is somewhere else? Like clearly our brains were on other things that we were doing, but we like acknowledged that we knew each other, but it was still so weird.
Yeah, that's every interaction that I have with anybody. I just make it awkward. It's just like, what are you?
But
I was
that's
just
what
like, American, no, I mean, what are you?
That's what you do anyway. Good morning, Liz. Tell George happy birthday. I'm sorry that we missed it yesterday. I just could not muster absolutely anything after having no skin on my feet and then having to do the farmer's market yesterday, which, by the way, the Mills River Rescue was there and they brought the baby pony.
Oh.
He was so cute. I got to hang out with little Louie. I really enjoyed the day.
Speaking of ponies.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Paul Kilmer, magician comic. Shout out to Paul Kilmer. He's just walking around listening to people's conversations. And he heard so somebody say, yeah, when I was 8 years old, they put me on a pony, and I was so big that the pony died.
No, that's not real.
and then he used that on stage later on.
You never know when one of your regular life weird, awkward interactions will make it into one of AJ's sets, everybody. So watch out.
It was Paul Kilmer's set, by the way. I would never. I would never make fun of another human being.
No, never.
We are in a post-joke world.
Well, maybe you could talk a little bit about that, how you still continue to make people laugh in awkward situations. I mean, people want to go. When they're going to you, they're going to laugh.
Yeah.
And when you don't make them laugh, it's going to be weird.
I think it was Mike Kaplan, comedian Mike Kaplan, that said, you're a comedian until you're unfunny on stage.
Right.
And then like, you do this for a living?
Right. You never know what audience,
because they see you once and just like, oh, he must be bad forever. there's no way he's had another good set.
I was recently at a show, not one of yours, and it was awkward. The audience did not like the vibe of what the comedian was putting down, and no matter what that comedian did, couldn't get out of it.
Who?
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I won't.
Like 4 people are watching us. It's fine.
We have other audiences.
It wasn't Houghton, was it?
It was not Houghton. It was not.
Houghton left the chat.
I'll come back.
No, it was an awkward moment, and I really, really felt for this comedian. They were just, the audience was not, and he started going political, and they were the opposite, and it was so. They were
gotta
like
test the waters,
heckling him, and then it got so awkward. Then 2 people got up and left, and I was like, "Oh God, this is so awkward." It was awkward.
Are you sure it wasn't me?
No,
no. Because sometimes I go on a rant.
No, everybody's
like, never lost.
Everybody's heard your jokes, and they keep coming back for you. So you've got a lot of support out there.
Yeah. Well, I told them to not just come back for me, but for the amazing shows they're on. That's why my family keeps coming to the shows for 10 years.
You keep it light, you keep it moving, you keep the sets a little bit short, and you add more comedians. So I think it's really good. You get a little taste of everybody, and you get a good mix.
You get a nice little sampler.
Yeah. It's the sampler platter of
charcuterie
comedy.
board of comedy you get at my shows.
Look at you being current without being current. It's fabulous. What is up with the charcuterie board, by the way? Everybody, I love the meats and cheeses, but ever since you had to give it a fancy name, which it always had, but no one knew, now it's a thing.
Dude, you give anything a fancy name. It's just like Rob Schneider was saying. He's like, I have maize. No, that's corn. Just say it's corn.
The people want to call it the maze, though.
They do.
It makes it different. It makes it fancier. It makes it $8 instead of $2.
Exactly. Grilled maize. Even though corn I can get for 25 cents an ear at Stop and Shop, but
grilled
maize is $8.
$8. One grilled maize.
Oh, how'd you season it? We put matcha. That's it.
What's up, Dan? It's good to see you here checking in. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better.
What's up,
I know for a second. I was like, oh, hey.
Different Dan. This Dan right here just finished writing a book and pretty much sold out of them when he had his first book signing at Barnes & Noble. Talk about that moment a little bit where you're like sitting here and you're like, I'm actually running out of product and I did not think anybody would like this.
I know it's funny too, because like the first book I signed, I totally blanked. I'm like, I've never had to sign anything before. Like, what do I write?
I was just like, Stan Lysol.
Yeah, the guy was like, he was like, oh, I was like, what do you want me to write? And he was like, oh, just talk from the heart. I'm like,
Talk from the heart. Doctor says I have murmurs. Love me.
Did you feel
I'm dying inside.
right? That's actually I would have paid. That's good.
I'm not okay. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, how many slasher puns can you think of on the spot while you're signing books here?
Hard to think of any on the
Right?
spot.
Or then when was the last time you signed your name and like other than writing a check, and who the hell writes checks anymore? What's the,
and the restraining
I was out of
orders.
practice.
You're like, did I always make my L's this way? Why does this look so weird? Am I writing? This is weird. See, these are limited edition autographs until you find the one.
Yep.
I mean, all of them are different. Every single one.
They even joked on Family Guy that says, yeah, Seth MacFarlane's book is actually worth less money if he actually signed it.
You ruined it. You defaced it.
This is worthless now.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for joining us on the show. I've got Dan Lyon, the author of The Crimson Cape, on with us.
Hi,
And
Tom.
first book.
Yeah, it was something I've wanted to do ever since I was, a kid, ever since I can remember, and like finally holding a book with my name on it and something that I made. It's a pretty surreal moment.
Yeah. Was your wife supportive of all of this?
Oh, she was great.
Yeah.
Honestly, there were times that I wanted to give up, and if she hadn't like kept pushing me, like this book may have never come out.
Babe, you gotta produce something.
Dude, shout out to Shannon Lyon on that. But when they make a TV movie about you, they're going to have it so Shannon's not supportive of it. Even though she was the most supportive person in your life for this book. You're never going to make it, Danny.
No, she said
Be played by like Amber Heard.
She's here. She said, so proud. I love that. Well, I mean, it takes a lot when you're trying to support somebody through anything. I'm the world's worst wife when it comes to that. I'm like, are you done yet? We have a deadline. This is like, where are you?
Time
Today,
is
let's
money.
go.
What are you doing right now? I am not that one. My husband's a supportive one. I'm terrible. But I think that because he's a Virgo also, so I think that he needs that. That's his support system, is me going, is it over? Is it done? Hurry up. Let's go. ADD, focus.
Yes. Virgo. All of a sudden, we are star racist now. That was because I'll never date a Virgo.
Listen, plan for it because we've got some full moon action happening this week, and we're gonna have a lot of crazy. I always blame it on it anyway.
Every bisexual woman is excited that the moon is.
Can we tie that into something, AJ, or is this just what your rocks tell you to say?
No. Like, but bisexual men are just lazy gays. Like that's just like I don't want to do anything but the one thing. I'm trying to still keep this PG here.
He's allowed.
Yeah, I am. I'm still trying to respect your show.
I appreciate that very much. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you for joining us. How's back to school going for us working parents? Is it going well? Have we had to go to school 14 times because we've forgotten things? How many excuses have you already gotten from kids with headaches and fake ailments and other issues?
I got second COVID. Like, what are the excuses? The kids are human. And as a parent, are you a helicopter parent? Like that one episode of The Simpsons where he wants Bart's grades to be better, so he follows him around. Helicopter parent, away!
That show is still fabulous.
Dude, like I sometimes I won't watch it for 3 years, but then I'll watch a new one. I'm like, wow, this is still great.
So good. I don't know.
What is it in like the 40th season now? Or?
Close to it. I think it's 36, something like that.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Well, if it's good, don't break it.
Yeah.
Dude, Harry Shivert, is that his name that voices Mr. Burns? He's literally the same age as Mr. Burns right now. 81.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes.
This is amazing. Well, Mr. Burns hasn't aged at all in the 40 years of Simpsons.
I see you wearing running shoes. That's good. Release the hounds.
Smithers.
So you've got a great group of comedians, AJ, that you always work with. Have you ever come across one of them that like did you dirty a little bit?
Oh yeah, like earlier this week.
Really?
Like someone like went across the bar and he's running his mouth about the show.
Really?
And he's like, "Oh, I was only paid this much," and blah blah blah. And he's like, "Oh, I was only paid $12." Like that was tips.
Right.
Like, why are you telling people this?
And also, it's comedy. What did you think you were going to get? We're not getting in this to get rich and famous. We're just getting in this to say the things that we want to, and then maybe not get booed. Maybe a couple of claps.
And like I think you try to express that too, but like when you tell people the outside that, like it sounds awful. Which is why, like, dude, the running of the mouth thing is no. And then afterwards he's arguing with the manager, like, "Oh, I was owed more time." And just like, no, you weren't.
Well, look at Chris Rock, who just got $40 million for the slap. That was more money than he ever made in his comedic career for actual stand-up work.
Like we all got a pair of dues, and like that was one person this week, and then like a second person, like Zed's go across the show, is trashing because I did crowd work like before him, and he's just like, "Oh, I can't follow that," and all this other stuff, and he's trashing me to 3 people that just so happen to be friends of mine that were at the show and told me. So I had to confront them, and it's just like, "Oh, well, I told your friends not to tell you." I was just like, "Well, they're my friends."
In my defense, they weren't supposed to tell you.
Dude, I officiated that guy's wedding. You bummed a cigarette off of him.
We are not the
We're
same.
not the same, exactly.
That's the ultimate best, though. When somebody says something to somebody, you're like, "Do you not know we're friends? Hello, awkward, weird, love it." Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala and then lost 500,000 followers or whatever.
Yeah, but she still has like 40 million followers.
That's what makes me laugh.
Yeah,
I'm like, does Taylor Swift care she lost those friends?
She lost 200,000 followers.
I don't think she's having sleepless nights over that.
Oh my God, she lost 0.05% of her following because of that. How will she recover?
I don't think she cares. But it just made me laugh. It was like, oh, you picked a side, and so now you lost some people, and it really wasn't that many people to Taylor Swift.
Well, for her, for me, it would be devastating, but like for her,
it doesn't matter anyway. She can just buy new ones,
and it's like
she's fine.
If like their political views are enough to make you like be like, "I'm done with this person," like how attached were you really in the first place?
But do you really want to?
I'm only mad when a celebrity. Not when they do political views, but I'm only mad when a celebrity has political views that don't align with mine.
That's all it is. I don't want
have views, but not different from mine. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to surround myself with a yes group of people. I just don't. I don't think that that's fun. I would rather argue with people. I've been arguing with my husband for 22 years.
Just like Mr. Burns' lawyers. I'm just like, yes, sounds good.
Right, yeah, exactly. Who wants to be around people like that? I love a collective perspective, and you need to bring people that don't agree with you for reasons so that we can all grow from this. Why does no one understand this in 2024? Why? It's really upsetting to me.
And then he tweeted, "I hate Taylor Swift."
All caps,
that's real.
As usual.
Yep, all caps. With an exclamation point at the end. This was yesterday.
Oh, I was busy yesterday. I really missed that. Or did I?
His brain is melting in real time.
What's up, Kelly?
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Well, RT, what
I
show
mean,
was on last
he
night?
wasn't the greatest president. He was just my favorite president.
Okay.
My God. What's up, Dorian? How are you? He says hello, everyone.
Hey, Dorian, how you doing?
So
Dorian's banned for life, by the way. No,
Why? What
I'm
did-
kidding. I'm kidding. Dorian's great.
are you a pot stirrer, Dorian?
Oh yeah, Dorian's a total shit stirrer.
Oh, I love that though. There
Dude,
needs to be some of that.
Dorian's awesome. He's been a big help to the show. He comes helps out, and then
Yeah.
every now and then we throw him 5 minutes at, not as much as we should, but but he's a big help whenever he's around.
Who was the headliner of the last show that I went to? The little small guy,
The little small guy.
America's Got Talent guy.
Oh, Justin Hoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not expecting him to be that small.
Yeah. Dude says, so do you want handsome and small or tall and ugly? You have to you have to choose.
We did this whole set about loving big women, and I just really it made me laugh. It was really good.
It's a great bit.
It was very well crafted.
Yeah, like Hoffy and I have been we've been friends for like 10 years.
That's awesome.
And
Very,
then
very fun.
and then like there was one night, like I think it was like 9 years ago, that like we had a little too much libations, and then we just had a pillow fight, and then he hit me with the side of a pillow, like the hard side, and my nose started to bleed.
Shut up.
Do you remember that?
How hard was that pillow?
It was the zipper side.
I love that we're talking to a grown man that admitted to having another grown man in a pillow fight.
Yeah.
That was actually a pillow fight. It's perfect.
It was the couch cushion fight, but close enough.
No, that's different. That is bloody nose happening.
Yeah.
That's demonstrably different.
All of it's the hard side. Yeah, Justin Hoff did awesome for us earlier this week at Proof 22. And it was on Monday. Like they wanted it on a Monday.
I don't even know how you keep anything straight. The amount of places that you go, the states, the traveling, the people, the moving parts.
Google Calendar.
Yeah.
It helps. It helps every single time. I look at my Google Calendar at least like a dozen times a day. Just
Like,
just
where
make
am I?
sure.
Where do I go now? What's next?
Oh,
what day is it?
Oh, exactly. This is like you look at this. This is my calendar for September.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're busy.
Yeah, and then that's October. This was my August. It was just absolutely
Well, it's a
absurd.
departure from your July, so we'll just all be positive about having a full calendar.
Yeah.
Dan, what do you do to keep busy in the off season? Are you always writing? Do you have a notebook? How are you ready? Because you said I've already got another release, 2025, like it's coming out.
So writing does take up most of my free time. I also have an Instagram channel called SPTV /Punk TV, and I make horror content on there.
Oh,
I just
Good stuff.
love talking about horror movies and horror in general. So, and also I talk about punk rock a little bit on there. So it's
well, that sounds fun and scary and extra all at once, right?
Yep, I have a video coming out in a couple days on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974.
I love it. And I love the fact that you're like behind all of the microphones. So he's got this like sort of microphone mask going on right now.
I
It's like,
can't
Dan,
wait.
feel free to
I
move
can't
it.
wait.
Pay no
I can't
attention
wait
to the man behind the microphone.
The great lion has spoken.
Poor Dan's over there behind everything. It's like,
Dude, like we all are. Whenever we're in that chair, we all are.
I know. We need to talk to the
Dude,
engineer
I feel
around
like this
here.
is a Twisted Sister music video. Stand up straight. Tie those shoes.
Is that a
Button
Twisted Sister
your-
pin on your uniform?
Oh my gosh.
Who are you? Where did you come from? Are you listening to me?
Welcome. Good morning. If you're just waking up to this on a Monday. Hi, Lynn. I saw you in passing on Friday and I didn't get a chance to connect with you. We were at a celebration of life for our friend Joe Durham. And we just didn't have, there was just so many people there, which was really nice to see so many people there supporting the family. And I just didn't get a chance to connect with you, Lynn. So sorry.
Sorry, Lynn.
I know. There were so many great people there. And Ryan Tivy, who was just on here from Funktopus, just shared
Love Tivy.
a gig It looked like from absolute hell. We've
We've
all had them. Whether it's, a bad night and you're like, oh my God, is this a bridal party? And now I've got to wait on them. This is awful. Or, you whatever, the world's worst audience. But he had a gig that was like on a second floor, and it looked like the staircase that he had to climb up with all of the equipment and everything that was going on was like one of those emergency staircases. They weren't actual ones. It was like the metal ones that you're like, is this safe? Somebody had a medical incident in there, and the fire department had to take them down this like side thing. He had an issue with one of his amps making noises and squeaking in the background. He's like, all in all, it was an absolute horror show, but we got it done. We got it done. 2025 book, Dan, what are we looking at? Is it a continuation of the Cape?
Yeah.
The Crimson Cape.
Yeah, so it's gonna have the same characters. The premise of the book is that Sean Standish, the police officer who's the main character of Crimson Cape, gets called out to North Adams to work on a serial killer case. It's a serial killer killing art teachers and wrapping them in paper mache.
Ooh.
This is so Dexter,
Dude,
but better.
Do they wrap them in like the little egg cartons too?
He's a Fabergé now.
And just like, and all these were from the kids and the assignment that they asked them to bring an egg carton over.
Where does your creativity in killing come from?
Definitely not from personal experience or anything.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You just winked, bro.
It's like, Shannon, lock the doors, hide the basement stuff. Let's get weird.
I think I've just watched and read so much horror in my life. I think I don't know. I think it's all
Is it a
probably
quest?
floating around in there.
Well, is it a quest to do it better, or is it like this has never been seen before? It's like, do you feel like you're already like you got to one up it all the time?
Yeah, you definitely want to keep it fresh, and you want to try things that haven't really been done before. That was kind of the idea of Paper Doll Murders. It was just a random idea I had, and I was like, well, I haven't seen that before, so let me go down that road and see where it leads.
Hi, Dawn, checking in from California, where every time I see a photo, something's on fire in the background. It absolutely looks horrifying.
Californians, you people and your fires. You need to just tone it down.
Well, and also for those keeping score at home, Southern California has broken their previous record of the most 4.0 earthquakes or higher in a single year. So I don't know whether you're falling off officially now, like it's just California's going in the ocean, or
it's that renewable energy. It's causing those earthquakes.
It's like day after tomorrow.
It really is. It looks
everybody's
terrifying.
John Cusack there.
She said it was absolutely terrifying. I can only imagine. What's up, Thanos? I will see everybody over at Sandwich Taverna. Wednesday is our trivia night. And if you've not been, we've been averaging 22 teams. It is absolutely colossal trivia night.
How many of them are cheating and looking at their phones the whole time?
You know what? I give incentives to tell on people.
Ooh.
So I absolutely do, because I like to keep a clean game, and I like for people to be able to use their brain a little bit. So I say snitches get scratch tickets. If you catch somebody cheating on somebody, I will reward you. And they absolutely do. They
narc on your enemies.
Absolutely do. So we keep a clean game. I don't have to go over and take everyone's phone away and put them in a little cage, because I think that's dumb. We're grown ups. Be a grown up and be careful, because everyone's watching you. My trivia is like Big Brother. Somebody is going to rat on you, so don't do it. Don't.
It's like the Raid 2, where they're like watching them go up the levels.
Oh, absolutely. There was one team that was cheating, and like they were so.
What was their team name?
I forget. The Harwich. They were from Harwich.
No, typical Harwich
people. But they were shamed so much so that they ended up getting up and leaving. The second round, I was like, go ahead, have your prize since you officially won, but that makes you feel good. They literally were shamed.
They were called the Dave Grohls. They're just like, we love to cheat.
By the time they leave, they're probably
Can we please talk about this situation right now?
Yeah, because you're a bigger Foo Fighters fan than I was. And
I've never been a Foo Fighters fan.
No?
I was always a Nirvana fan. I've never been a Foo
right.
Fighters fan. I
Fair
do think I thought Dave Grohl was a nice, super cool human being as a person until this came out. And now it's ruined the last 20 years of what I thought of Dave Grohl a little bit.
Personally, I love his cheating, but I heard his music, so I just that was the number one meme, like over Trump's I hate Taylor Swift.
No, my favorite thing that has come out of the Dave Grohl cheating thing is the Courtney Love memes that are now back. They're like, Dave Grohl knows that I know what I know, he knows, and that he knows what I know. And it like literally was I was like, oh wow. And someone was like, they can't make me hate her.
Shout out to Courtney Love.
Right, honestly, I absolutely adored it. But she was like, Dave Grohl is out there buying Maseratis on a Nirvana Inc. credit card when he didn't have any of the rights to writing anything. It's all Kurt's. And I was like,
I was just like, you only married him. You weren't in the band with him.
Listen, I was a Hole fan.
Didn't she?
I
I like Hole. I think Hole is great. Doll Parts, great song.
It really is a good song, and that was a good album, by the way. It really was. I don't know what happened after that. She like
didn't Courtney like hook up with Billy Corgan while she was dating Kurt?
That was before. That was.
It was before they were on a break.
We were on a break.
Yeah, to him we pivot. now, like the Billy Corgan, she was dating him before that, and then she started hooking up with him towards the end. And then she told him, this was her quote, and just like, oh, I'm leaving you for Kurt. He treats me better and he's better in bed. Oh, that was her exact quote. I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but she'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah, right. Just ask Courtney. She AJ sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife says, Shannon, it's always him or our cat or his laptop writing away. It's good though. Like you get ideas, and then do you find yourself in a rabbit hole when you get an idea and you're kind of like closed off from the world?
Oh yeah, like I can't not chase it. Like it's like, okay, this I guess is what I'm doing.
Like, babe, I love you, but I have things I'm writing right now.
I have to write for QAnon right now,
so I don't kill you. I have to write it on here.
Junior's coming back.
Oh my god,
I'm Q. I have to put out this content, babe.
They're like, Dan, why are you wearing antlers and face paint?
It was me all along.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how do you continue to outdo yourself when you're writing these things? Like, how does it get better or weirder? Or, and then does your wife like sleep with one eye open, like
gripping your pillow tight?
Or is she like very much into this genre, or is she opposite of you?
Yeah, no, she's great to bounce ideas off of because, like, she loves all of it the same as I do. We're always watching, slasher, horror, and stuff like that. So it's definitely like, oh my god, this horror shit again.
I love it. Well, I've got to connect you with my friend Dan Chase. You probably already know him, or maybe no. He does a horror pod also, and he loves slasher stuff. He's now located in the Midwest, but he used to be on the Cape. He wrote for the Real Cape. A little bit.
I loved the Real Cape.
I know.
We missed that page.
I know. Rest in
peace.
We loved you, Pat. All right. So
we always saw Pat at the Barnstable County Fair.
Pat Panzani, I love him. I'm not saying your name right. You need to come and do a show on Lemonadio. Every single time I see Pat, he's like, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming on the show. I'm doing it. My daughter, both of our daughters went to college this year. And if you've seen my video, my daughter's really enjoying college, a little bit too much for me. Pat, I hope that your daughter at URI is having a great year. And I know you have time to come on Lemonadio and make some new content. We've got a brand new podcast lineup. We've got 3 new pods in development. One that was just released last Friday the 13th. Right?
What are you? I thought you were doing a Field of Dreams for a minute.
No.
And he will come.
And we lost Darth Vader. Like this, we've had a lot of like geek subculture, deaths, weirdness, and other stuff going on lately, and we're here absorbing it.
I listened to if Star Wars didn't have James Earl Jones, it would be awful. I heard the original voice of Darth Vader.
Oh, it's so bad.
And he sounded like Rick Moranis in Spaceballs.
Well, luckily,
I can't breathe in this thing.
For good or for bad, we have AI.
Ludicrous speed.
We have
Go.
AI now. So, oh man, Rick Moranis? Why is he not doing stuff? He's just like literally retired. He's
He's
like,
a
not,
treasure.
yeah, and he's like, I'm not doing this anymore. Bye.
Because like, oh, you want $2 million to do the new Ghostbusters? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the Canadian movie we watched back in the day? It was Strange
Brew. Oh my
God.
goodness. Like Rick Moranis was so good in that. Second City TV. Mwah.
However, I think that it was because he's like married and quiet and like lives a quiet life. Like I've made enough
His wife
money.
passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, his wife passed. So so after Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 3, he decided my kids are growing up. I just want them to have a good childhood. I want them to wake up and have good smells of breakfast. So I'm just gonna be a dad full time. He did a little
cool.
Yeah. He did a little bit of a country album in 2006, which wasn't bad. It was like,
I have to go listen to this now.
Now I'm doing deep dives.
But now I just hear Lewis. I'm the key master,
Right? Is that what it sounds like?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm just being rude. Not as rude as the guy that punched him in the face in New York, like 2 weeks ago. I was just going around like punching people.
Yeah, that person is still on the loose, by the way. Good morning. What's up, John?
Great job, Gavin Newsom. Even though it's not your state, I'm still gonna blame you though. You brought the city culture there.
Stop trying to make politics happen here. It's not happening.
Doubt,
Don't like
Gavin
it.
Newsom.
I will make it happen.
Don't like it.
Vote red all the way down. Don't look them up. Don't look them up at all. Don't Google.
I just thought
Google's the enemy. Google's fake news.
Google's our enemy. As the vice president of the chapter on Cape Cod, just vote red all the way down. Don't Google them.
Well, maybe that's why people are leaving the planet in droves. Apparently, 3 new people arrived at the International Space Station. There's a record-breaking 19 people in orbit around Earth.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, look, how the hell do we leave here?
That's incredible. Sounds like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Where are we leaving? Where are we going? Is there anything? Anybody?
The
Hello?
Earth is covered in goo.
Help! Get us out of here.
I mean, our bones are turning to mush, but it's worth it.
This place is not what it once was. Where can we go?
And sure, I have to drink filtered pee, but at least I don't have to hear another speech.
I couldn't think of anything worse, honestly. Those poor people that are trapped there, first off.
It's like Waterworld, but in
I was
space.
just about to say.
They're like, oh,
Who stole my lime tree?
you don't have a car that can leave? Too bad for you. We're going. Like, bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. They say bye-bye.
Oh, no. I should have known. He does it too well to not, but at the same time, Josh is here visiting us.
Josh.
You're Josh.
Oh, my Josh.
You're Josh.
What about my Josh?
He's here.
Oh,
He's just here.
Oh, he's just what? Oh, yeah. Josh commented earlier. He's like, "You've never made me coffee."
You never asked.
Dude, if anybody needs a cup of coffee, just look at him. It's Josh Adams. The only time I've seen him smile was at Oplasis when Lauren let him hold the snake.
Why was there a snake? I shouldn't even ask. Lauren always has something.
He was so happy. Josh was letting the snake hiss in his mouth. It was kind of cute though.
What?
It looked like the snake from the Disney's Robin Hood.
Snakes freak me out.
Oh.
And you were letting it hiss in your mouth? I can't. I'll never look at you the same, Josh. It's over.
He's a Slytherin.
I knew that about you.
He's a Slytherin just for their politics and alone.
This is Hufflepuff house. I don't know. I can't help you. Sorry.
We don't let these Hufflepuffs over our wall.
God. Dan, once again, give a plug for your book as we've been here an hour and we were supposed to. Here I am thinking I'm going to talk to a serious book author. We're going to talk about horror and slasher things. And then I realized, wait a minute, AJ is accompanying him. That is not going to happen.
I ruin everything. as my dad would say, and every dad in the 90s, like, you mess up a free meal.
Oh my God.
The book is The Crimson Cape, available in paperback and ebook on barnesandnoble.com.
And then give a plug to your punk TV show.
Oh yeah, Slasher Punk TV is on Instagram, slasherpunk.tv.
I love it. I'm going to have to go check out some episodes because I didn't get a chance to even jump into that this morning at all. If you're following us, we appreciate you. We've got events on Cape, and boy, do we have tons of them for you. Tonight, I'll be out for trivia night. Dino's 6 until 8. And Shipwrecked is coming back. Bailey's is coming back if you're looking for a little bit of music. Bingo, Cape Cod beer, Knockabout. We've got our final Kids Day coming up for our farmers market. Also a car seat check-in. The car seat mom is going to be there. So moms and dads, if you want to go and make sure that your car seat is properly installed, because 90% of them are not, she will definitely make sure that that is all set for you. And also if your car seat's expired, she'll send you right on over to the police station.
Expire.
Right? They do.
My dad used like the one from the 70s for
Yeah.
all 4 of us.
What was it, a rope? Here you go. Just tie her around there and you should be fine.
Nope, you're not supposed to put it around your neck. You know what? That's fine.
Let's see.
Yeah, right. You'll be fine. Eventsoncape.com is where you can find us. Marsha, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us. We've had Dan Lyon on, and I'm really looking forward to reading Crimson Cape and definitely having you back on when you've got something amazing to share with us once again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love to.
AJ, comedy. We got Good Nights coming up.
Yes. So Wednesday, Knockabout, place to be. We got Joe Fenty, TikTok famous guy. You probably seen him just opening your phone, but now you get to see him in real life. He's absolutely hilarious. We got the Cape Cod.
You just said it out loud, Joe Fenty. So now it's going to be.
I only
on your
said
phone.
it twice. I didn't say it the third time.
One more. Beetlejuice.
So that he appears. Exactly. He's not Joe Hendry. He's not going to pop up after just one.
Hi, it's me.
It's a me. And that's Wednesday. And we got the Cape Cod legend Jim Roberti. And then Thursday, we're at New World Tavern, and that's put together by Nestor Matute. And then you can wish him a happy birthday. And then I'll be going second to last. And speaking of Cape Cod, we'll actually be in Hyannis for an open mic. So if you ever want to try comedy or want to see how the comedy is made, come to House of Hatchets on Friday. We got an open mic at 8:00. You can watch, you can sign up, you can do whatever.
I love that. House of Hatchets is going to be one of our new spots. We're doing some karaoke. Curtis is hosting karaoke at House of Hatchets. He's just got a great room in there.
Yes, he does. Karaoke Curtis.
Yeah, right? Exactly. We'll get it done. A little bit of comedy, karaoke. He likes alliteration.
Yeah,
apparently.
Cliff gave me a foot massage the other day. I was
Wait a minute.
I was
what?
resistant to it, but it was actually pretty good. That was his whole set. Like he signed up 5 minutes, just gave me a foot massage on stage. It was
Right on.
We got to talk off the air.
it was just like Pulp Fiction.
Wiggle your big toe. All right, we got to go. For Dan, AJ, I'm Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Hope to have you back tomorrow. Hank will be back, and he's got a lot to talk about. I was going to say suffered, but he celebrated his 35th anniversary. So he's got story. He's not suffering, Mari. Please don't
no,
be
I
mad
heard
at me.
suffered. Did you hear suffered, Dan?
No.
I didn't mean. Thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate that. Shannon, thank you very much for.
You will not get the scratch ticket for not ratting.
But AJ will. We'll talk to you soon, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God. You will not get the scratch ticket for not ratting. I do. It seems to be very effective at trivia. I'm telling you.
I didn't realize she was recording one time, and I said, "From the river to the sea, we will be Josh Free."
Oh my